to Afterwards. If you're new here, my name is Ari. I'm the founder of Tactful Disruption. I come in 3 flavors, real, raw, and ridiculous. We're going to pull from the Arcana of Astrology Oracle deck and follow it up with the confirmations from the Selfies deck. Okay, first 2 cards out. Virgo and Pallas Athena. Okay. Somebody needs to make a very, very careful decision. Okay, so I could be talking to somebody because I have the Virgo. I'm going to go with the whole notion of being a virgin, but I'm also going to say that you're a very helpful individual, right? You probably have like a helpful spirit to you. You're very nurturing, quite the builder. But here's the deal. You got a lot of suitors right now, right? Male or female. And you really have been in your mind about it. You really have to think this through, right? Because while they're all happy to have you, only one of them is going to get a really clear sense of who you are. I think that that's where the wisdom is. So you play for the long game, and I think that you're dealing with maybe a couple of men who are not used to that, or you're dealing with the female who is like, she is like the real deal celibate. Like, no, bro, like, take me out on a date. Like, can we try to get to know each other? Can you like not be in love with the idea of me? Can you actually get to know me and understand like there's depth? There's like phenomenal fucking depth. So this person, whoever this is, right? Like, they really want to make it clear that they want to build, right? Virgos are about building, right? They want healthy habits, right? They want a healthy relationship. So they have to apply a lot of wisdom and thought into their, like, it's almost like, I could be talking to 2 very thoughtful individuals, right? Virgos are very thoughtful, right? So I could be talking to, or I could be talking to a Virgo, but 2 very thoughtful individuals, right? About like who they want to be, where they want to go. Like, oh, this could be one of those like things that turns into love, but it didn't start out that way because like you both have like your own minds, and you both have like different ways in which, you know, you kind of approach the world. Now you're both building, you're just doing it separately in separate corners. But for whatever reasons, it's almost like suddenly you get a really solid glimpse of each other, and you're like, you in my future, maybe not. Let me think about this, because I want to make sure this is not, you know, my mind playing tricks on me, but this is like real, right? Like spirit's like, hey, pay attention. That's really nice. Whoever you are, wherever you are, it's rare. Okay, so what's out next? Okay, so next we have Mars. Yep, strategy. All right, so some want to use is actually like, you understand that this person can't be your right now, but like they're going to be yours. That's very, very possessive. It makes sense, right? Aries is all about conquering some shit, right? We got Mars out here, right? You know, Mars rules both Scorpio and Aries, right? So you're talking about somebody who, it's almost like that interaction with, like, the interaction you've had with this young lady or the interaction you've had with this man has, it transformed your passions, right? Like, just like literally elevated, you know, like when you 2 probably first met, you know, it was just like the basic shit. Like, you basically just showed up to do what you're supposed to do, right? And you got a glimpse of each other. But then it seems like as time moved on, as things progressed, that glimpse of each other got deeper than just being able to like catch the person out the corner of your eye here and there. Like, that glimpse of each other got deeper, more spiritual, maybe. Like, was at one point I said, I want to be convinced that my mind is not playing tricks on me, right? So Virgos can like overanalyze some things, but it's this is different, right? Like, this is spiritual, right? To some degree, because it requires you to really think this through. If you're going to move toward this, then you understand that you will forever be transformed. But you also have to make sure that, like, you know, you're building on a solid foundation. Aww. I like that. It's nice to see readings like two adults being like, look, I want this just like you do, but at the same time, I like slow and like not even a slow and steady. Like let's be careful and let's build in a healthy manner. Go build yourself up. I'll go build myself up, you know, and we will forever be transformed knowing that like we have that type of effect on each other, right? This is profound, really. Okay. Then I got last quarter, first quarter. Okay. So what does that tell me? It tells me you guys met not too far long ago, right? So I'm definitely talking to two people who kind of got the feels for each other, right? To know Aries and Scorpio, it's like the feels, right? So maybe that Aries nature used to just jump into relationships so superficial, right? Because at one point I did say, like, maybe don't fall in love with the idea of me, but get to know me, right? There's depth, right? To know in Aries is to know, like, even though they have that those childlike proclivities, like, you know, and very pronounced naivety, that's probably like kind of how they met, like they manifest shit, you know, like by not being extremely attached to everything. Also, you know, they dabble in the realm of strategy, so their mind usually is on something. I get that whoever I'm talking to, it's like you often wonder what's going on in this young lady's mind, because she like she can be very present and yet she can just like kind of be somewhere else. It's like her mind lives in Mars, okay? And then we've got that Scorpio nature. All this because of like what Mars rules, right? That Scorpio nature, right? There's the wonder about the, like, it's like you're having gestalt empty chair moments, right? Pretending like you're talking to them. It's like the essence of this person is really with you, okay? So it's like you can still remember how they smell from the first hug. You probably imagine like what the first kiss will be like. You probably fantasize about sex with this person, but really it's like they motivate you in a way that like no one's ever done it. They make you want to get your money game up. They got your psychology on like, yo, I gotta think better, do better. No, I love this for you. This man or woman is mwah, like exactly what the doctor ordered. I love that for you. Except you didn't know that when you two first met. You didn't know that at all. You did not know that this person was going to be the spark to helping you kind of like recognize that there's so much more out there, right? Like you got to be open to recognizing like what's right in front of you sometimes, right? And it's I think this is in the Aries reading, the Trojan horse. It's almost like, don't get so caught up on what it looked like, and it's almost like the person's trying to communicate that to you too. Like, don't get caught up on what I look like, get to know me. And I don't know if you are starting to realize now like what's going on. Okay, but anyway, there's an opportunity being presented for you two to kind of come together and take this thing off the ground. And I think this is going to work out really well because it seems like you both are really good people. It seems like you both know how to build. You both may potentially be playing in the realm of parenthood because we started with the Virgin, right? And then it's like Pallas, Athena, Wisdom. So it's not this like you two coming together is not some like fly by night type of thing, right? It's something you both thought about, and you thought about long and hard, and when you really looked at the details, it was like, this makes sense. Let's do this. And then you have to think about like how, like, why didn't I see you? Or like, you've been in front of me this whole time. How come I couldn't see you till now? And not that like, you know, people's values need to be hidden, but it's almost like you had to become more aware of like what your values are, right? Like, what do you actually value? What do you really want in relationship? And you were even more lucky, right? You two could potentially have just been celibate because you just tired of fucking with crazy and stupid, and you just want to be with somebody who's like, they fucking get it. I love it because it seems like you guys will be really good friends, that it'll just be healthy and harmonious. That's really dope. I love that for you. So let's confirm with the selfies. I love that for you. That wasn't like the traditional like love. I like, you know, like I'd be like, I don't like channeling love because I've seen just people, it should not be love, and people be like, but I love him. Are you sure? You sure you love him and not the idea of him? And what does that even mean? Like, you gonna stall your whole life for what? Like, for what? You better buy your ass a house and put you in a car, girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get your life together, okay? Go get your shit. Go get your shit. Okay. All right, look, time to get grounded. I'm gonna say go get your shit. Maintain a balcony perspective for humility. Okay, so exactly, this confirms the whole reading. I could be talking to two people who have been practicing celibacy, so you both can, you both imprint on each other. Okay, so much of an imprint has been made that you both took your time. You didn't run away from each other, but you both took your time to carefully consider, what does this mean? Like, what am I attracted to? Because I know it's something, okay? And then you both really thought about it, right? You sat down and thought about it, like all the ways in which like that impact has been felt, how that person has leveled you up in your thinking, how that person has leveled you up in your physical output, how that person has really put in play the perfect strategy to winning you, right? I love that for you. That's just, you deserve it. Because last quarter, your last cycle, you both may have been working on something where you really couldn't even see each other, or one of you saw the other person before the other person could see themselves, and or had the time to focus in on you. But as of right now, it seems like if you thought it was rejection, it never was. It was just the person was getting their shit together. You know, they were getting their shit together, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing when you get to see like how goal oriented a person is, right? Like how much work they're willing to put in for what it is they say they want in their life, because they're probably going to do that for like the people they want in their life as well, right? And I think too, some of you just get so tired of people who talk too damn much. You get to see somebody who was really about that action, okay? You watch this person, I don't know, build something, right? Maybe it's they built a pathway forward. They're building a solid, healthy relationship, or that's what they want to build with you. But this isn't a person who's like not gonna. This is, I mean, Mars is at the center of this reading. So it's a very direct person, right? They're very clear about what they want. And maybe you guys play a little bit of a game every now and again, right? But this person is very clear about those things. They don't mince words when it comes to you, nor do you mince words when it comes to them. But every now and again, I get this person makes you a little nervous, because like you never get caught slipping. You don't. This doesn't happen to you. Well, it happened to you. Okay, it happened. Embrace it. Take it in seriously. It's probably the only time. I mean, and also because Mars is at the center of this reading, don't let fear get the best of you, okay? Because like, remember, Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, right? So just as much as there's initiative, there's also shame and doubt in play sometimes too, right? Don't let that Scorpio energy make you believe that like you won't be enough psychologically, physically, or sexually, or intimately, because I think the person's made it abundantly clear to you, like, no, they want you. But they also understand that like there's a role, you know, that has to be played, and they have to make room for you to be able to enter. So maybe that's what was happening last the first introduction. During that period, the person just they were observing and assessing, right? We've got that Pallas Athena, so they were really just trying to look at, what were you trying to build? Were you being intentional in your communications? Like, I'm really getting that like somebody really did not realize like who they were. I guess initially you didn't really think about the seriousness of this person, right? You really had not considered that this person was not just sexual, like physically attractive and had sex appeal, but like they have a strong mind as well. I don't know, young lady, young man, this is definitely going to ask you to do something different. It's about time though. It's time you enter an adult relationship you can be proud of, and know that like it takes work, right? It takes for the two of you to build, and it takes for you both to have a clear sense of where you're trying to go and what you both want out of that. in addition to that, it also means that you have to keep each other intrigued, right? That it's the conversation you both will have. It's whatever you build together. It's whatever property you could amass together, right? Because there's a lot that goes into making that relationship work. But old are the days of the shit that you used to do. That's over, right? So I guess now it's like it's now or never. Yeah. Either you want this person, you want this opportunity, you're gonna go after it, or I don't think anything happens. I think you take a balcony perspective and you start to do that shadow work and realize like why maybe relationships in the past didn't work out. How superficial were you? How much did you overlook? How much did you want a person to show up as you imagined versus how they actually showed up? And then who's showing up right in front of you now and you're making excuses about why they are not who you imagine them to be? They're actually better than that. I don't know, whoever you are, wherever you are. It's quite a decision you have to make. I hope that you make the right decision. I hope that you have the happiness that you deserve. But really, this just seems healthy. It just seems like a healthy ass relationship, and it's worth pursuing. And you're all in your mind about it. And I think both of y'all got pull, right? Like, I'm talking to two attractive people. I could be talking to multiple people, obviously, but they're like, you both are equally attractive, you know? But I think like bringing you two together, wow, right? That's quite the combination, because again, at the center of this reading is Mars. Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. So you're talking about intellect, sex appeal, like two people who know how to like strategize, make shit happen. Like really, you're the perfect fucking couple. You truly are. Like, you guys are goals. If you get with each other. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are, but like, I do hope that like you look into this person, that you really look into them. I think it might surprise you. Oh, yeah, it might surprise you. You know, that Trojan horse effect. You can't always, it's not, look, it don't even matter. It's divinely orchestrated, so. One way or another, the universe is gonna make sure you two get your asses together. All right. Not every therapist, excuse me, I had Lucky Charms before this. Quite a day. Not every therapist is a healer. Not every healer is a clinician, and not every clinician will minister to your soul. You can book your session at tactfuldisruption.co.